Okay, my dear, these are my last videos in Bali, Indonesia. So let's make it as spicy and as saucy as we can be, because we all know that Bali brings that side out of me. So here are the 3 weaknesses that every man needs to know about a woman, because let me just tell you the truth. There's nothing more memorable than a man who knows how to make you go weak. This man is unforgettable. And if you want to be unforgettable, then you need to know what makes us weak. And this is going to require some courage from you. Yeah, you're going to have to do things different. You're going to have to do things outside of your comfort zone. But can you just imagine being outside of your comfort zone? And then when she's just going, it's so much. I can't, one more round, please. This is where you want to be. This is how you want to show up in the bedroom. This is how you want to be to get that reaction out of her. But listen, women aren't just going to come out and tell you, hey, you want to know what makes me weak? I really love when you do this. And trust me, you don't want it to be that easy either, because if you're a proper man, then you want to go and be that predator and be like, no, I am hunting my prey. This beautiful woman is my prey. And so I need to come at her when she is weak. Now, obviously, I'm talking about this in a very healthy and sexual way. So just go on the journey with me. Use your imagination. I'm Arica Angelo. I've been doing this shit for 17 years. So baby, subscribe right now. Don't be a little bitch. Hit that subscribe button and like this video. I know there's some persistent guys, you're like, I'm not gonna do it just because she told me to. I'm never gonna listen to women. Why the hell are you watching this channel? Then get the f out of here. So when it comes to making us weak, I've been telling you guys this shit, and either you gonna get this or you not gonna get this. But let me tell you, there's a certain energy that you can bring to us before you even get in between our legs, before you even put a pair of lips on our lips. You notice I pointed down there. There is something that you can do to really make us weak, but it means that you are gonna have to show up differently. When you show up in this kind of way, women start talking about you. We go to our friends and you're like, this dude is on another level. Because here's the thing, we're meeting lots of pansies. I'm being super honest with you guys about the testosterone count being super low. The sperm count, the testosterone is really low right now. The sperm count is also really low. So let me tell you, she's messing out with some bitch ass pussies. I'm just gonna tell you like it is. Most of the men she's encountering are showing up. Let me just tell you what I'm encountering. And so when I tell you how to do this, you're gonna be like, all right. I know exactly what to do, because sometimes when you know what not to do, that's why I'm kind of going with this. When you know not what to do, it makes it very clear on what you should do. And let me tell you what's going on with men right now. Men are walking around with a lot of vibrato, just like women are walking around with a shit ton of filters and faces that are like, you know, all of this stuff. Just like that's going on. Well, guess what? Men are doing that with pussy ass energy, meaning they show up like a boss, like an alpha. They text message her like they're the boss and they're the alpha. But come date 2, come date 3, she starts seeing that he's a weak ass bitch. In fact, in the comment section, just type WAB, because that's not what you're gonna be by the end of this video. No, we're not gonna have any weak ass bitches watching my videos. We're gonna be like the men who changed the game. But most of the guys right now are showing up as weak ass bitches. Maybe they have good vibrato, like they talk like they're an alpha, they talk like they're the man. But she starts seeing very quickly that his character doesn't line up with what he's saying. Like she just got sold a lemon, and this dude is the lemon. So here's one of the things that a woman really goes weak for, is when a man shows up as a decisive, proper man. When he shows up and he's like, listen, I am interested in you. I am here to pursue you. This is how this is going to work. I'm going to pick you up at this time. I'm going to take you here. I'm not playing games with you. And if things go as I plan them to go, you're going to be screaming by the end of our time together for me to give you more. That's what's going to happen here. But who has the balls to go and communicate with that sort of directness? Most guys don't. Can you imagine being that way and like not just saying that, but delivering, showing up at the time that you're going to show up and pursuing her consistently, giving her that directness? Now, I talk a lot about this in my Mastering Intimacy because it's not just about the physical. It's about how you bring that sexual energy to a woman. And that starts immediately when you start talking to her. And if you want to figure out how to do that, then I encourage you to get it. It's in the comments section. It's in the description. But when a man shows up with that decisive energy, she's just like, damn, this dude is showing up different from everyone else. And it makes us weak. Why? Because that polarity of masculinity is something that is super rare. You hear people talking about it, but these dudes are starting to become unicorns because you see so many men going through the dance pretending like they're masculine, but 2 weeks in and they realize he's just a bitch ass man. He's not a real director. He's not a leader. He's not taking charge. He's not captivating her by any stretch of the imagination. So when you show up with that decisive energy, it makes us hella weak. Here's the other thing that really makes us weak. I'm not going to talk about the psychology part because I think you and I got that down right now. But I want to talk about the touches that make us weak. Here's the thing, before you even have sex with us, women, like, we like to be romanced, we like to be touched, all those things. But there are certain places that you can touch us that make us super weak. And I've shared a lot with you guys about touch. If you're not connecting with women, if you find yourself talking to women, going on dates, or you're in a marriage, or you're dating your girlfriend and things are just going dry, and let's just be honest, she's not weak for you anymore, man. She's not feeling the juices for you, or it's just not happening at all. Chances are you're not touching her enough. Women, just like you guys, we get so stuck in our mother freaking heads, and what we need is a real boss who touches us. And here's the thing, it's scary sometimes touching people because you don't know if they're going to be receptive. You don't know if she's going to be a bitch and be like, I don't want you touching me. You just want that. Like this little Chihuahua dog. You know, you don't know if you're going to get that energy from her. So when you're touching her, hell yeah, it's super vulnerable. You don't know how she's going to respond. But here I am to tell you, do it anyways. Go in for those touches that make her weak. It's those gentle caresses that you do at the beginning of the day, in the beginning of the morning, throughout the day. It's when you touch us with those gentle caresses. It brings us back to our body. It disarms us. And if you want to make her hella weak, then know how to lick between her legs. Know that when that poo nanny is in your face, that you know how to lick the out of that poo nanny. And you know I got my tongue magic course, which I'm shocked. I'm surprised. Clutch my pearls. It's the #1 selling course. So interesting. I wonder why that is. But yeah, that tongue magic course, dudes are loving that because reality is so many men hear from women, I don't like to be kisser. She's saying that because you don't know what you're doing. Because when a man knows what he's doing, she is like gripping the sheets, her head's like convulsing. It's like the exorcism. And she's like either convulsing like this or she's grabbing your hair and just going, you ain't going nowhere. You gonna keep your ass right between my legs. You ain't going, stay right there. If you're not getting that reaction, chances are you don't know what you're doing. And so she's asking you to avoid that area because you're not doing a good job. So get that tongue magic. But yes, when you know how to kiss us down there, obviously that is going to make us weak. That is going to make us go and tell our friends very explicit details about what you did between our legs. And it's the touch that really weakens a woman. So talking about the first one, the psychology, that decisive energy of knowing how to masterfully woo a woman into intimacy is highly imperative. And the second thing that makes us so weak is that touch. Those gentle touches throughout the day along our neck, along our collarbone, along our shoulders, touching underneath our thighs, touching along our calves, caressing us on our arms, all those gentle touches, but especially when you get between legs and you're like, when you know how to really do that, that makes us crazy, crazy, crazy weak. So that's why I told you to subscribe, because this shit's wild. And don't give me these bullshit comments of, is she drunk? Listen, is your bitch ass just that boring that when a woman has a little spice and a little passion, you don't know what to do with it? Well, that's on you, boo, and your dry ass life. And here is the third weakness that you need to know. And this one is not going to sound so sexy, but I am leading you through the promised land, and I'm telling you what actually freaking works. And this, when a man doesn't do this, I'm telling you guys, it is the biggest disappointment. And I know I've been joking throughout this video, but at this point I really need you to pay attention, because this is getting pretty serious right here. I've been doing this for 17 years, and I can't tell you how many divorces have happened over this one thing. I cannot tell you how many women are frustrated with their men. How many potential relationships have you ever pursued a woman and then it just goes nowhere and you're just like, what the F went wrong? Why did she just blow me off? Why did the relationship fizzle out? And it's this one thing that I'm going to tell you. And if you're smart, you'll listen to me and you will actually take notes about this, because this one is either a deal breaker or this is a deal maker. But the guy who knows how to do this is the guy who not only lands a woman, but this is the guy who keeps a woman. And you keep her because you're still doing the other two things. This is not like an A, B, C choice. This is like do A, B, and C, and you shall be in the promised land and get all this sex that you want and feel good about yourself and show up at work and make more money because you're dicking down every night. You get what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? And this last one, I see so many guys screw up with, and it ruins everything. Maybe it's even screwing you right now. You might be watching my videos and be like, oh yeah, I'm doing it and it's great. And then you do this one thing and it ruins everything. And all that freaking work that you've done goes down the drain because of this one freaking thing. And I'm really highlighting the importance of it because I really want you to understand. If I could like pull you by the head and be like, fucking pay attention to what I'm saying, because this will save your life. This is that moment. The third thing that makes a woman weak, and it kind of ties in to the first that I shared with you, but it is when a man is showing up consistently. I can't tell you how many women have told me that their husbands went to a retreat, they did a weekend away with the guys, they did whatever, they came back, they were so loving, they were making love to her, they were romantic, they were more helpful, blah, 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 blah. And then every woman says the same shit. And that shit only lasted for 2 weeks. Let me tell you, consistency will change the game with your woman. If you're implementing just the first 2 things that I've shared with you and you're doing that consistently, she's gonna be McLoving you all around your mother freaking house. But what happens is men start off maybe doing these 2 things, but when you let it die over time, then the fire dies. Her fire between her vagina blows out. Why? Because your consistency is what fans the flame. It fans those embers burning bright, hard, striking, heat, all of those things when you are consistent. And if I could beg you, if I could just punch you in the face and be like, wake up, I would do that just for you, just for you. But I'm telling you the truth, that consistency is a huge game changer. And so if you find that you're doing something that works, maybe it's that decisive energy that's really working well for you. Maybe you're amping up the touch. When you continue that for more than 2 weeks, what it does, here's the secret. Are you ready for the secret? It builds her trust. And at the end of the day, I've told you this shit, that us women want to feel safe. How do you make us feel safe? By teaching us that we can trust you. Well, how the hell do you think you build that trust? You build that trust through your consistent actions. When you say you're going to do a motherfucking thing, that you follow through with that shit, that you consistently are a man of your word. If you're giving her touch, that you don't do that shit for 2 days and then wonder why she doesn't want to keep having sex with you. Because you dropped the ball, mofo. And I'm telling you, if you can be consistent, you can show up decisive, and you can know how to touch her and look. Let me tell you, this will change not only your relationship with her, but it will change your life, because we know every man who's getting loved up by his wife and getting loved on well shows up differently than every other man in the world. He succeeds a lot more. He makes a lot more money. He sleeps well at night because his balls have been emptied out. His life is different than probably the life that you're living. So trust me, you want to do those 3 things. And as always, you know what? I'm going to put a whole playlist of videos. Find the video that speaks to you, that goes, I need to watch that, and make sure that you watch it. Take notes, babe, because I'm here to change your life if you will take this advice and run with it. See you soon.